What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Seema. I am chronically annoyed. I'm just kidding. I'm just really annoyed because I busted my ass, okay, to get ready. I took a shower and I literally busted my ass getting ready to try to come out here to my spot to film, and I hate getting ready. I hate it because it's just so irritating. There's so many aspects to it, and you have to make sure your hair is and your makeup is whatever. I hate it so much, and I hate that I have to put effort into looking good. I hate that a lot. But I really rushed to try to get out here to try to film something because I had to, because when inspiration strikes, you have to run with it. But my usual spot is infiltrated by peasants. Literally, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to go film where I used to film, and I freaking can't. Oh, I see 2 cars leaving. See, the thing is that, the place where I'm at is a really quaint... Oh, 3 of them are leaving. 4 of them are leaving! Did you guys all literally come together? That's so hilarious. See, I like to travel alone, or with one other person. 5 cars are literally going right when I started talking about it. What the heck, man? See, I could not travel in a pack like that. First of all, I would get so much of, what's it called, where you can't be around people. My social battery would just collapse and die, and sparks would fly, because literally I can't do that. I need a lot of time alone. You know what I mean? Just as a person. That's just how I am. Anyway, whatever. I wanted to do, long story short, I wanted to do a little bit of a get to know me tag as per who I am in this phase of my life, and to just kind of expound a little bit on what's been going on in my life, and I don't know, whatever. I just saw a YouTube video by one of my favorite YouTubers, and I got inspired to do a vlog. Okay, so here we go. Should I answer some questions or something? No, first of all, I wanted to discuss what I've been learning recently in my life, because isn't that always fun? First of all, okay, listen to this. The first thing that I've learned is that it's important to chill out and not be learning all the time, because for me, I've been heavily invested into self-work for a long time. I haven't taken a break for many years. Imagine, I just felt for yesterday, you know what I mean? Today's what, a Wednesday? I feel I just graduated again from another mystery school phase of my life, you know what I mean? And if you're on the path, as they say, whatever that is, everyone's on the path because it's life, but if you're on the path, let's say, of self-development, okay, and going within to try to heal everything, I'm talking about generational stuff, past life stuff that is within you, because you've seen the patterns from childhood, let's say you actually pay attention to your life, and you actually do self-study work. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I've been doing for the past 7 years of my life. So 6, because what year are we in? Yeah, 6 years of my life. So that stuff is really daunting, tiring, exhausting, not fun, and challenging and harmful potentially. It's really damaging, actually, the path of self-realization and self-discovery, and it's a very hard path. Not everybody is gonna take it upon themselves to do that, because everyone's different. Everyone has a different life. Everyone has a different chart, a different birth chart, everyone has a different way of seeing the world and a different upbringing. So not everyone is gonna decide to heal, and that decision is actually sparked by rock bottom. You don't just wake up one day and you're yeah, I want to go down this path of self. You can't do it, because there's no ignition, there's no motivation, for you to go ahead and start healing yourself. So for me, what happened with me is that I was very depressed, trigger warning. I was very suicidal, and I was in a relationship that kind of highlighted all those aspects, and brought them to the surface. So I was damn, haha, I'm gonna literally die if I don't actually change my life and do something about this. Because I was I didn't care, when you don't care about your life, you self-harm in so many ways. There's so many ways to self-harm: scintillating negative thoughts, substance abuse, hanging out with people who are just terrible for your energy, you know, because you guys don't, you know, they're not really helping you grow, or they don't love you. Actually, that was my problem. That was my biggest problem, actually, wherein like I didn't love myself, so I chose relationships. This is like textbook. I chose relationships that highlighted that lack of self-love within me, so that, you know, I could see that, oh my gosh, like, you know, it's not necessarily that like the world doesn't love me, it's that I don't love me, I don't see me, I don't recognize me. Because when we do recognize ourselves and love ourselves as being who we really are, which is Atman, which is God taking a different form, then like a physical form, then like we don't have like, you know, toxicity in our life. But it does take a lot of work to eradicate all of that aspect of self-hate and aspects of you know, like pain, you know. Yes, go and so it does take a lot of work. Yeah, it takes, well, for me, I think it took a very long time. There was a lot of work that went into it for me. But yeah, it's a conscious decision to heal. It's a conscious decision to go, hey, I feel so shitty in my current circumstance. Like, I literally don't want to be alive. So, God, why am I here? Is there a God? Who am I talking to? Is there actually a God that exists? You know, and all these things, all these questions, just kind of like, I was so hell-bent. I was just so hell-bent. I needed to know. Or else I was not gonna really continue with this situation. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, there has to be some perks in it for me. You know what I mean? Like, I have a body. Like, no one's telling me why I have a body. You know, I was raised in an environment as well that, I'll be really honest here, was very detrimental and unstable. I was raised in a very unstable environment. And, you know, like, again, the way that you have to pay attention to your life, you know, study the way you were raised, because your parents are also your karma in a way, you know what I mean? So like, if they have hurt you, like, hello, like, you know, because I was raised in an environment where like my parents we were very close, you know. How to explain it? Codependent, that's the word. This is a very codependent relationship, you know what I mean? And like, I'm a very independent person naturally, so, but everybody is, but we form codependent relationships with like our parents and our friends and everything, because like we feel like we can't exist separate from that relationship, and we need a relationship to validate who we are, if we're addressing toxic relationships. Now, for a healthy relationship, that's not the case. My relationship with my parents growing up was not healthy. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so again, when I hit, I think it was like 20, I was like, damn, I'm done suffering. I'm just done. You know, there's so much pain that I've been through. It started actually like from the womb. You know, like when I was born, like, haha, my life has literally never been easy, which is hard to kind of like think about, because, well, not for me, but for, I'm sure, people looking in, like, you can never judge someone's life or anyone's character or even who they are as a person, because we don't know other people, right? And so it's so funny that I'm actually touching on this point, because like, I'm on your screen, you know what I mean? And so like, I've had to deal with also for the past few years, like a lot of like imbalanced relationships leaving my life, you know? So like, there was a lot of like pain that kind of came from that as well. So a lot of, again, healing work has been done. Like I said, I've done a lot of healing work on myself. And like doing social media, like me on your screen right now, this used to be such a challenge for me, like such a challenge for me. Because, you know, like, I'm a very like, I'm just a very like to myself kind of person, really, you know. And so I didn't want to like put myself out there. Like, even when I was 14, I was like filming pretend YouTube videos, but I didn't actually want to put myself out there unless I was sure that I could provide some beauty to the world, you know, in any way, you know, physically, mentally, whatever. And so I started coming into my own in the past few years after doing a lot of healing work. That's why when you heal, you become a better person, like on the inside, and so it kind of shows outward in your speech and how you serve, blah blah blah, whatever. So like, again, when you suffer, that is a catalyst for growth. That is a gateway drug for you to evolve. And you don't actually start asking the big questions until you're faced with a really dire situation in which you have to ask. Like for me, again, I hit like 20, and this pain had been onset from the very early stages of my life, and it hit when I was 14, and then all from 14 to 20 is when I was like just really, really suffering, you know. And then no one knew, friends didn't know, family didn't know, parents didn't know, because I hid everything. And so when I was 20, I was like, I can't, let me know the answers. So I went down a spiritual path, you know. Actually, it was before that. It was when I was like 18, 19. And I was like, you know, I just have to figure it out so that I don't die, you know. I had no goals, like, for my life. I had no, like, I had nothing. I had nothing. I had nothing. You know, I had a lot of, like, friends, right? And relationships, you know. But I was not fulfilled. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. And I also felt like, well, there was no sense of spiritual closeness in any of these relationships. There was no spiritual aspect to anything in my life. You will know when there are spiritual aspects to things in your life because it will feel good to your soul. It will feel good to you. You will feel healed from it. Even if it's like from another person, even if you don't know them that well, if they give you good energy and if you can sense that there's something there, pay attention. You know, people don't cross our lives by accident, you know. And also people are there to help you grow. So no one should ever be judged by anyone else, really. Are you God? Did you create them? No, so stop judging other people, right? That's like a big thing. Because, you know, when you don't judge people, you don't judge yourself. You have to realize, guys, this is something I had to realize that we all should ideally, is that other people are reflections of us. They're just reflections of us. It's beautiful because, like, there's no separation. It's just the body that kind of looks different, but the soul, in terms of its quality, composition, and makeup, is the same, right? That's how we are all directly a part of source energy, or else you would not be living right now. You know, there'd be nothing pumping your heart, right? There's electricity that is pumping your heart, right? So where does that electricity come from? Well, it comes from a source, the source, right? So I'm just going back to my story here. Like, I learned all these things kind of quickly, summer of 2017. And again, it was through pain. So I want to, like, kind of reassure anybody out there that if you're going through something painful right now, you just keep going. Just keep going, you know, because, like, life is hard. Life is painful as shit, okay? It's rough. Like, really, it's rough. It's rough physically, it's rough mentally, it's rough. And if you're not well equipped to deal with life, life will deal with you. And you will be more and more well equipped, even if it takes a slow process. And even, you know, the more slow, the more painful. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, right? So, like, or wax, if you're waxing your legs, which I just kill me. Like, even thinking about that is, like, painful. But, which reminds me I have to get a wax on my legs. But anyway, so yeah, the slower you learn your lessons in your life, like, the more difficult your life is going to be. And what is a lesson? It's anything that is painful. Because if there's pain in some situation, that denotes resistance. Like, there's some resistance there, right? Between you and the situation that you're facing. So figure out the missing link, figure out what it is that you need to do to grow, to change, to evolve, to learn the lesson that is being presented to you so that you can conquer it. And so said situation won't be an issue anymore, you know? And we face so many lessons in life, you know? Among them are like figuring out the answers to these questions, like, who am I, you know? Or who is God, you know? Or like just these deep, they're not deep, they're normal. Human beings just think they're deep because most people's conversations consist of gossip, just to be really quite honest. A lot of people talk about other people. That is like the most asinine thing you could ever do in terms of your conversation quality, because you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not actually becoming anything. You're just even maybe scintillating and regressing, actually, which is like the opposite of what we want to do here. Number one, but also number two, just doesn't feel good. Maybe it may like boost your ego for a little bit, yeah, you know, and then like you're gonna keep needing that hit, like you're gonna keep needing that hit of like an ego boost. I prefer serotonin boosts, you know, like go outside, I don't know, like go lay in some grass, you know, like talk about things, guys. I would urge, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. What I can tell you that has helped me from experience, yeah, that's much better. Seema, that's much better. Is that, you know, I like to talk about things that can create, you know. So like, if that's about love or business or inspiration, art, you know, plants, nature, things that are progressive. I hope I'm getting my point across well. I don't think that I am. But I say this lovingly, that when you judge another person, you judge yourself. You don't deserve to judge yourself because you're a beautiful creation. People hear the word beautiful and they think of the body. Don't think of the body for a second. Think of energy. You are not only a creation, but you're also a creator. So that means what? That means you're two things at the same time, right? The mind is always listening and it's always also speaking. It can do both. Think about that. So you are a duality in and of yourself, right? So you mirror the universe, right? The universe has both north and south poles, right? There's polarity, there's darkness and light, black and white, masculine and feminine. So like, Radha Krishna. So like you have these two dual components to you, creator, co-creator, mind speaker, mind listener, right? So in that duality, you are balanced on your own. That dualness makes you one. It makes you whole. That's why you don't need anybody else to get you solidified or stable or to help you, you know, or to make you even feel better. Your love and happiness should come from the source, should come from God, you know, should come from the creator. I like to say, again, when I say God, don't think of religion. These are all programs that people have that is toxic, because these programs are toxic because it's predictive programming, it's brainwashing. They make you, society has made you believe that these terms in the English language are limited and they don't allow for expansion of the definition of these terms, right? So when I say the word God, people think of their God, whether it be Jesus or like people try to put a name. Yes, keep biking. Keep going. I don't know why I say that. But like, don't think of a name for God. Just think of source. Anyway. So, you are one. There is oneness that is you, that is in you. You have a direct link back to your creator. Do you know what this means? This means you can be or do or have anything that you want. You don't need to be lacking. You are here in a human body to experience your soul's desires, not your temporary desires of the ego. I need more money tomorrow. I need this sense gratification for this reason. I need to prove myself to this person. Like, screw that. You know what I mean? Like, you are here to find what you want on a soul level, your wildest, most creative, most fun, exhilarating, loving, sweet desires, and to create them and experience them. So that's why I like to tell people that health, you can have it. Wealth, you can have it. You know, lightness of being and peace within you, you can have it. You know, friendship of all kinds, you can have it. Not needing to prove yourself anymore, you can have it. Lack of anxiety and depression, you can have it. Right? That's very important. People are not educated on how to heal their minds, because we have not been taught in our school systems how to heal our minds, that it is possible for us to heal from depression, from OCD, from chemical imbalances on our own with the usage of what Earth has provided, right? In terms of holistic care, in terms of timeliness, Ayurvedic timeliness of the day, in terms of herbs, right? So I say all these things to you today because I would like to tell you that, you know, I'm here to help provide this information for you. And I guess I started off this video with a little bit of like a vlog type flavor to it, in that, like, get to know me now and get to know who I am. This is who I am. I'm a teacher and I'm a lover and I'm a fighter. Just kidding. And I don't know, I'm just a person, you know, and I'm here on your screen because I love you, because I love all creation and I love all people, because people are beautiful. Like, there's a lot of heartbreak and pain that goes around in the world, and people get hurt from other people because people think that other people have hurt them. That's not the case. People don't hurt you. You hurt you by keeping outdated mindsets and beliefs, self-beliefs, and mindsets about yourself that are just not true to who you are. They don't encompass the fullness of who you are, A, or B, they're a lie about who you are. So we project these things onto people that we meet in our life, and we project these maybe insecurities about self or whatever it is onto other people, and so they mirror that and they respond to that, right, to that projection, whatever it is. And so this is how connections form, toxic connections or healthy connections, right? And so when we form connections with people, there is actually no potential to be hurt if we see the person as who they really are, and if we see ourselves for who we really are, right? But yes, when we do form connections with people, that is when we feel like we have the potential to get hurt, because it's like, okay, what if they hurt me, right? But people cannot hurt you. People cannot hurt you because, you know, only you can hurt you. Only you have the power to hurt or heal you. Other people cannot do that for you. That is how separate you are as being a separate part of creation. But simultaneously, that is also how much attached to creation you are. That is how much of a part of the whole that you are, right? Like I mentioned, that duality, right? The duality becomes non-duality, because if you look at the yin-yang, two halves make up a whole. There's a whole there. You're not looking at one half of the circle, just the yin or just the yang, and you have like a little pizza slice. Like, that's not what's going on. So you are whole and complete as you are. They are whole and complete as they are. Therefore, you guys get out here and you project your limiting beliefs about yourselves unto yourselves, and you think that, oh, they hurt me. No, they didn't hurt you. You hurt you, right? By allowing a pattern to repeat. That's it. You get what I'm saying? And so I would really like to impart that upon people, because heartbreak is very real out here, and heartbreak makes people depressed and even, trigger warning, suicidal. And I would like to quell that misbelief, or quell that wrong belief that I'm so heartbroken because XYZ. Every day you wake up and you're a new person. You don't need to take the pain from yesterday and perpetuate it into today, because that's not how no day is the same. So follow the patterns and cycles of nature. No day is the same. Have you had the same day ever in your life? Repeat? No. No, you have not. So in the same way, be born anew every morning, you know, every day, as the Buddha says, right? Each day we're born anew. This is very important. The Buddha is Krishna. The Buddha is God. Krishna is God. God is God. Like, there is no, you know, and again, it's not about the name. It's about the energy. It's about the energy. There have been so many incarnations of God. Some may not have even been recorded. Why? Because God will put himself in situations in your life randomly, and even within other people too. So that's why also it's like very important to like be careful with how we treat people, because, you know, how do I explain this? Everyone is sent to us for a reason. And there's this quote about like God in drag, right? Listen, God is in drag everywhere, in your iPad, in your iPhone, in your, you know, in your home, in your jewelry, like even in the physical tangible objects, God is there in drag, because that is the definition of omnipresence, right? And omnipresence is a part of what source is. So I would like to maybe close this video by saying that if you did watch until the end, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'm excited to see where this, I guess, like method of putting myself out there will take me. I've been on YouTube here and there. Some of my videos are serious, some of them are not. This just happened to be a very serious video. Stay tuned. In 25 minutes, you'll see a video of me dancing and doing God knows what. Like, literally. That's what it means to be free. When you don't care about how you're being perceived, and you set the standards for yourself, and you allow for light to shine through you in different ways, So I say to people all the time, be you, be who you are, whatever that may mean on any given day. Feel free to switch it up, because we are here to self-explore. Like I mentioned in this video, we are here to learn and to grow and to learn about ourselves, really, and to just feel peace and to feel happy and joyful, to experience true joy, true bliss. Do you know what that means in Sanskrit? Do you know what that is? It's called Anand, right? And so this is the state of what God is in all the time. So as being his proponents, as being his creations, as being his offspring, don't you think the Creator would want for us to be happy? We are not here to suffer. We are not on earth to suffer. No, we're not. We're here to enjoy, really. To spiritually enjoy, though, you know, not materially enjoy, because that will lead to bondage and all this stuff. Bondage of the soul, which, like, you know, you see, that's another thing. You don't want to, like, stray too far off from materialism either, because then you become imbalanced as a being. You have a body. You must take care of the body, and you know, cater to it, and be sensual and everything like that, you know, explore your senses and stuff. But, like, when you can tap into spirituality, oh my God, your senses become so heightened. They become so heightened. And so you can experience things in such a heightened, strong way. And so, yeah, the more that you grow and evolve on a soul level, the more sensitive you become. I could cry for a few dollars and some good words. Like, literally, I'm just kidding. No, but, like, your sensitivity will increase on all realms and levels. Like, you'll be more sensitive to other people and to their sensitivities as well. That's what it means to be compassionate, you know? And this is why, like, when you do business, then your love is, you know, you are injecting your love into everything you produce. When you interact with people on a day-to-day basis, you are injecting your love into your interactions with them, you know? Like, that is what it means to live fully. That is what it means to live here now, not worrying about stuff. There's always going to be more stuff to worry about. So end it. You know what I mean? Forget it. Like, it's a way of feeling. It's a way of being. It's a way of thinking. You can change your patterns. You can change your emotional patterns. You can change your mental patterns. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I love you very, 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 very much. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. My love for you is cosmic. It is not mine. It is coming from the divine. It is cosmic, and it flows through me all the time. If you like this video, just like and share it with your friends and your family and your dog. Subscribe. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you in the next video.